routine here. The video you just saw was from our minor task of the week. That was one of the challenges we had to roll down the hill, as well as pick up 20 pieces of garbage at that site. And the minor task as a whole was a lot of fun. We had to go all around Steinbach, getting different pictures, different videos of a whole bunch of different stuff, do a little bit of a scavenger hunt, and we had a lot of fun doing that. One of, I think, our favorite experience from that was singing at the mall. We got to sing a Christmas carol for some people in one of the stores. It was a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun with it. They wanted us to keep singing for them. It was a really good time. Our second task of the week, our major task, took place, as you can tell, in Winnipeg. That's where we still are right now. We're on our way back to our car after spending, it's almost been 24 hours in the city now, just living on the streets, experiencing homeless life. We've had a lot of fun, a lot of challenges through this experience, and the team members are going to all share a couple things that they learned, some highlights of different parts of the weekend. We are about 2 hours into our 24-hour task of being on the streets of Winnipeg. We made it to Nassau Street Church. As you can see, we had a little bit issues on the buses trying to figure out where we're supposed to get off, but we made it. We had to walk a little ways, but we're here, and so we're ready to go forward from here. We're doing all right so far? Yeah. Good deal. All right.
One thing that we really learned was the struggle that a lot of people have with sleeping in the cold. It gets really cold here in the winter, and we're not to the full winter yet, but we had a pretty chilly night, and we actually had to, halfway through the night, we had to get up and go into a restaurant to warm up because we couldn't even sleep. We were just too cold for that. So that was one thing that we weren't expecting and discovered on our trip.
So we could talk a little bit about our night we had on the streets, or more like in a park. We're a bunch of country bumpkins, so the thought of actually staying on the street was a little daunting to us. So we found a nice little cove of trees in Munson Park, and we settled down there. It was a really good spot right by the river, blocked most of the wind, and we thought we would be all settled for the night. And then a gaggle of about 30 teenagers came screaming into the park around 10:30, screaming and cussing, and we had no idea what they were doing. And they all dispersed at one point to go hide, and then they were gone, and we didn't hear them. So that was our night. We did manage to sleep a little bit, I think, but between headaches, pee breaks, and the cold, we ended up moving to a restaurant, as Caitlin had mentioned. So that was our night.
Another task that we did was to buy $28 worth of groceries for someone living on the streets, because that is the average of what someone on the streets pays for groceries in a week. So we bought $28 worth of groceries at Safeway, and went and blessed two guys named Howie and Steve with the groceries, and they were really receptive. They were so thankful that we brought them. We were able to have a little chat with them. We were able to pray with them as they both struggled with some different health issues, and that was a really encouraging time for us, but more importantly for them as well. Another thing I was able to do was to talk with the security guard in City Place Mall. I was asking him what his response is when homeless people come into the mall, and his basic response was just that they don't mind homeless people in the mall as long as they're not causing trouble, as long as they're just kind of sitting and relaxing and not causing trouble in the mall, that they gladly have them there. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised, but yet kind of happy that they were so receptive to having homeless people in the mall. Good.
Hi guys. So I had a great chat with a gentleman that in the past had been homeless, wasn't homeless now. But I asked him what was one of the reasons why so many people ended up homeless and on the street at this time, and his answer, it was basically that people waste a lot of things. They will spend money on useless things like beer and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was a waste of time, and it wasn't the finances weren't there to support living in a place. Good things.
So one of the things I would say I learned most as a leader of the group throughout the last 24 hours has been just to have a positive attitude about things. I'll be honest, coming out here I was really nervous and I was kind of anxious about a lot of stuff, and it was good to just learn to just trust God with what's all going on here, and even to lean on the different members of the team to in order to keep me positive and to try to keep them positive to the best of my ability. So to have a positive attitude, I would say, would be one of the main things that I learned as a leader this week through this task.